What's good, everybody? It's the Clown with Cab Show. Shout out to Devontae Tank Davis getting the dub over Ryan Garcia. I told you guys to go heavy on Tank Davis. Anybody who bet against Tank Davis was betting with their heart and not their mind. I've done it before plenty of times. What we saw was a masterpiece. I mean, what Tank had in store, it was just building up into the 7th round. We saw the liver shot. It was just insane. I think Tank Davis, the way he carries himself inside the ring, just the IQ, the fight IQ, just everything he did in the ring, it was just crisp. He was just crispy, dude. Everything he threw, every movement, every counter punch. But I think the difference in this fight with Ryan and Tank was Tank's ability to counter Ryan's left hook. That was the difference. And he countered it. He started to hit it, and we saw him hit him with that body shot in the 7th round. But really, I looked at Ryan and I said, man, Ryan came out in the first round. He won the first round barely, 10-9. That's what I had him winning the first round. And then the second round, we started to pick up that Tank Davis, who was just reading what Ryan was going to do. And eventually, it was just going to catch up to him. And I feel like during some of the rounds, like round 3 and 4, I feel like Tank was risking his chin just so he could land a couple shots on Ryan Garcia. In the second round, when Ryan kept, going heavy with his left hook, we saw that, Tank's left, he hit on Ryan, that dropped him, put him down, and Ryan got right back up, just like the champion he is, that, I think he's going to be eventually. He's so young right now, so nothing to hang your hat on if you're Ryan Garcia. And a lot of people on social media, on Twitter, want to dog Ryan, want to say he's a quitter, in the 7th round after taking that body shot. There were so many body shots, and I knew that would be the difference maker with Tank, was going to Ryan's body. That was his weakness here, and he exploited that. I mean, he went to the body immediately from round 1 all the way to round 7, but I just think it's funny, you have these internet trolls where they're just like the dog and Ryan, saying Ryan's a nobody. But at the end of the day, Ryan Garcia, he made a name for himself. He's only 24 years old right now, and it's funny, we could talk crap about him and say all these things, he's a quitter, but were you in the ring? Were you risking your life in there? In the boxing ring, you literally are. I mean, you could get hit with a perfect shot and right in the temple and be dead. So it's just like, obviously, the people who aren't in the gladiator right now, who aren't in the ring risking their life, obviously they could say whatever, right? They could say some ignorant stuff, but if they were in the ring, how would it go? How would it play out? But I just thought for Tank Davis, he was just on a different level. That's really what it is. I mean, can we see a rematch in this fight? I think so in the next couple years. I think give Ryan some time, but it was just a masterpiece performance by Tank Davis. It was just a masterpiece performance, but, round 2, yes, he put him down. But round 6, I'm going to round 6, and I saw Ryan Garcia really start to pick up what he was doing in round 1 and round 2. Giving that left hook, keeping his distance, utilizing his jab a lot. And I thought Ryan Garcia should have used his jab more. And I thought his corner guy was way too, passive and calm, telling him all the other, really just quiet. And if I was Ryan's corner, I'm saying, Ryan, he wants to counter your left hook. That's what he wants to do, and he's continuing to do it. So stop throwing the obvious left hook. Throw it when he's not expecting it, because I just thought Ryan was throwing his left hook at will, when it was just so telegraphed. I just thought if Ryan would utilize his jab more, it could have been a different fight, but I just think the body shots, like I said, were the difference here. When Tank went to the body, I knew it was eventually going to catch up to Ryan. Round 6, I saw a lot of glimpses of Ryan, getting back in there. He won that round. And then round 7 come, hit him with a couple body shots, hit him with that nasty liver shot, and boom, just like that, gone. And you could kind of see when Tank looked at Ryan Garcia, when the ref's 5-6, you could see Ryan Garcia saying, I can't get up, man. I just can't. My body's forcing me not to get up right now. I mean, to feel that pain of a liver shot. Have you ever felt a liver shot pain, dude? I'm telling you, I've never have, but I just could imagine how painful it is. It can put you down. I've been hit with a body shot a couple times, and that hurts. I'd rather get hit in the face and get in a body shot, because when you get hit in the body, it's going to hurt for weeks, dude. It's going to hurt for weeks, and you can't really move right. And it was just, it's insane. And we saw Mayweather ringside cheering Tank on. I mean, really coaching Tank, telling him what to do and utilize the weaknesses here, telling him to go to the body. I just thought it was a great game plan by Tank Davis, and I think Tank Davis is the next superstar in boxing. I do think he could save boxing. Tank Davis, Tyson Fury, those guys right now are the top of the food chain right now when it comes to boxing in the sport in itself. So I think Tank Davis and Tyson Fury, they continue to build. I think it'll bring boxing back to where it once was with Mayweather, with Mike Tyson back in the 90s and 80s, Muhammad Ali in the 70s, George Foreman, Lennox Lewis, so many great legends that boxing has brought up to this point right now, where it's just like we're in a different era right now. We're in a different society of violence, of how fighters are bred right now. I just think, when Mike Tyson came in, it was just like we knew what was going to happen. We knew Mike Tyson was about that life. We knew Mike Tyson was a real killer, dude. Like, straight up. Like, that's it. I think, Tank Davis is that type of guy. When Tank Davis walked out to Chief Keef, love Sosa, Chief Keef's greatest hit. Shout out to Chief Keef one time. Love Sosa, Rowries and Rovers. I knew Tank Davis was going to win that fight. I was just like, dude, if you come out to Chief Keef, you got to win the fight. And he delivered. He delivered it. No disrespect to Ryan Garcia. He showed up. He risked his life in there. And that's why a lot of people don't realize, like, when we're talking about the fight game, boxing, UFC, MMA, whatever it is, any type of fight game, you're risking your life there. You really are. You could become paralyzed in the ring or the octagon, whatever the case may be. Whatever type of fighting it is, you're risking your life in a way. So I think it was great for Ryan to get in there. He's a learning experience. Now he's 23-1 right now, to whereas Tank Davis is 29-1. It's crazy, and I'm telling you, he's got power, and he only weighs, 135? That's crazy to me. For Tank Davis, it looks like he could walk around about 150. It really does. Even though he's really short, I just think, man, Tank's just built different, dude. I feel like he walks around 150, 160, dude. He had to cut some weight, but I think that's, part of the fight game as well, cutting weight. Now, do I agree with cutting weight? Ryan Garcia had to go through all these dehydration clause, all this other stuff, but at the end of the day, I think, it really it does not help you when you're dehydrated going into the fight. You're easily to get knocked out. Your brain doesn't have water. Your levels, your just equilibrium's not as attached, when you're dehydrated and losing so much weight. But that's what fighters put themselves through, and that's the risk they run. So, and I think for Ryan, that kind of caught up with them a little bit. I think if they would have fought about 140, 145, I think it could have been a little different display. But I just think Tank Davis knew Ryan Garcia's weakness, and he was going to exploit that and go to the body. And I knew Tank Davis was going to do that because his IQ is so underrated. Tank Davis' IQ in the ring is just insanely underrated. So smart in there. Like, he knew when Ryan Garcia was going to throw. Yes, Ryan Garcia landed some good shots early in the second round, even in the sixth round. But, that's part of boxing. I mean, they're obviously going to land shots. I mean, the great Floyd Money Mayweather, he got shots landed. Not many, but he did. Obviously the most is Shane Mosley, that one we all remember. But at the end of the day, Floyd Mayweather, he's 50-0. Tank Davis is 29-0, so he's got a long wait, dude, until to even reach Mayweather's platform. Like it's crazy, and I just think, a lot of people want to hate on Mayweather. I just think what Mayweather did during his time, I just think the fights were just so much different, dude. When I say different, like, you couldn't hear the corner guys, yelling and screaming. Mayweather's fights had just that tenacity in the crowd. Like, you couldn't hear the coaches. And I think this fight was kind of a little bit different for me, where it's like, man, I hear the coaches like yelling at him, like, hey, move to side, do these type of moves. I'm like, dude, that's a little different. I do. I think it is a little different. I just think it was like kind of like for a second, moments, you're kind of like thinking, wow, is anybody in the crowd right now? It's definitely in the first round, it was just kind of soft in a way. But, Tank that got it done. What's next for Tank and Ryan Garcia? Well, for Ryan, just continue to improve and get better. Is this the life you want to do? And I think, obviously the talent there is for Ryan Garcia. My thing is does Ryan Garcia, is he 100% in boxing? That's the thing. You can have all the talent in the world. I just don't believe that Ryan Garcia's his heart is 100% in it right now. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. I just think there's other distractions in Ryan's life right now. He's only 24. He's got fame. He's got fortune. So, obviously it's going to be different, dude. He's handling all this. But I like Ryan Garcia, what he had to say after the fight. Jesus Christ is his savior. I love that, man. Shout out to Ryan Garcia. He's a true one, man. And a lot of people want to say this and that. At at the end of the day, Ryan Garcia is a winner. He will become champion one day, and I think it's going to be a year or two, but give Ryan Garcia some time, and he will be up there as a world champion. And for Tank Davis, obviously, it's going to continue to just win, dude. Win and chase Mayweather 50-0. I mean, you're only 28, about to be 29 years old, dude. I mean, come on, dude. When Mayweather fought Oscar De La Hoya, he was 30 years old. So, that was Mayweather's up and coming right there. So for Tank Davis, you're right on the line of hey, you could maybe try to overcome Mayweather. I don't think it's possible, but to come close. You can come close, but, obviously boxing, all it takes is one shot. But for Tank Davis, I think he is box office. I think he has the talent. I really do. He has the IQ to be a superstar boxer. I really do. I don't doubt Tank Davis at all, man. Shout out to Devontae Tank Davis, a world champion, multi-way world champion. He deserves it. What a masterpiece. He went to the body. He exploited the weakness of Ryan Garcia and won the fight. So shout out to Tank Davis. He's going to continue to win and continue to build boxing. And I think with boxing, where it's going right now, they need guys like Tank Davis, young cats like Ryan Garcia. They need this to build up boxing. You need even guys like Jake Paul. You need that type of people to build boxing up in a way. You just do. It sells tickets. I mean, it's good for business, right? Even if they're not pros, it's good for business. But shout out to Devontae Tank Davis, the future of boxing, baby. It's the Clown with Cab show. Let's go!